the next process, which is boiling. Okay, boiling is defined as the process of conversion of a liquid into its vapor state, on heating, okay, at a constant temperature, which is known as the boiling point. Okay, so similarly, what happens during the process of boiling? In a liquid, though the intermolecular spaces in a liquid are more than compared to in a solid, the intermolecular forces of attraction are less compared to that in a solid. So the particles do move about in a liquid. The molecules can move about, but they do not move away very freely. They move within the liquid, okay, because there are some intermolecular forces of attraction. Okay, so what happens is when you heat a liquid, the heat energy which you are supplying is taken up by the particles of the liquid and their kinetic energy is increased. Because of this increased kinetic energy, the liquid particles move faster in the given medium. Okay, when they start moving faster, what happens is as the temperature increases, a point is reached, that is, at the boiling point, what happens is the intermolecular forces of attraction are overcome by the kinetic energy. That is, the kinetic energy becomes sufficient enough to overcome the intermolecular forces of attraction between the liquid particles, and the liquid particles move far apart and they convert into the vapor state. So at the boiling point, the liquid is going to be changing into its vapor state. Okay, then next is, what is the boiling point, children? Okay, what is the boiling point? So boiling point is a constant temperature at which, okay, so let me write that for you, the constant temperature at which a liquid changes into its vapor state on heating. So quickly let us draw the flow chart to explain the process of boiling. So heat energy is supplied. On supplying of heat energy, okay, the heat energy converts into the kinetic energy of particles, and this will increase the intermolecular space and decrease the intermolecular forces of attraction. And at the boiling point, the liquid changes to its vapor state. Okay, is this clear, children? Now, the next process which we come across, okay, so basically the process of converting a solid to a liquid is called melting, and the liquid to a gas is called boiling or evaporation. We use the term evaporation when this particular conversion of the liquid state to its vapor state occurs at a temperature below the boiling point. But if this process of conversion of a liquid into its vapor state occurs at the boiling point, it is called boiling. So the only difference between boiling and evaporation is that evaporation occurs at any temperature below the boiling point, but boiling occurs at a constant temperature, which is known as the boiling point. Okay, and then next, children, coming to the next process. Okay, what is the process of conversion of a vapor into a liquid? Okay, now why am I always referring gas to as a vapor? See, gas is the physical state of matter, okay, at room temperature, but vapor is the gaseous state of a liquid or a solid at a particular temperature. Okay, so both terms, though they may refer to the same physical state, there is a difference between both the terms. What is the process of conversion of a gas to a liquid? Okay, the process of conversion of a gas to a liquid is known as condensation. Okay, so condensation is the process of conversion of a gas to its liquid state on cooling, and the temperature at which this takes place is known as condensation point. So this is the conversion of a gas into its liquid state on cooling. Okay, on cooling. So what happens during condensation? During condensation, children, when we are cooling, okay, we are removing the heat energy from the molecules. So when the heat energy from the molecules is removed, what happens is their kinetic energy decreases. When kinetic energy decreases, the intermolecular forces of attraction increase. Okay, so kinetic energy on cooling, what happens is kinetic energy decreases. Kinetic energy decreases. Okay, and when kinetic energy decreases, the intermolecular forces of attraction increase. Okay, the intermolecular forces of attraction increase, and when the intermolecular forces of attraction increases, what happens? The gas changes into its liquid state. Okay, and this process is called condensation. So melting and boiling required heating, and condensation required cooling. Okay, now we have another process, that is conversion of a liquid to its gaseous state. Okay, the process of conversion of a liquid to its solid state, okay, liquid to solid state, is known as freezing. Okay, so freezing is the process of conversion of a liquid to its solid state on cooling. Okay, so here again, and the constant temperature at which a liquid changes into its solid on cooling is known as freezing point. The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius, children. Okay, so what happens during the process of freezing? So in freezing also we are going to cool. So when you're cooling, you're removing the heat energy. Okay, so what happens is on cooling, you're removing the heat energy, that is you're reducing the kinetic energy of the particles. So on cooling, the kinetic energy of the particles or of molecules, okay, will decrease. Okay, it will decrease. So when kinetic energy of the molecules decreases, the intermolecular force of attraction increases. And when this happens, the liquid will change into its solid state. Is this clear, children? Okay, so till now we have discussed the four major processes which are involved in the process of interconversion of states of matter, that is melting, which is the conversion of a solid to a liquid. Then the change of a liquid into its gaseous state is known as boiling. Then the gaseous state to liquid state is known as condensation, and the liquid state to the solid state is known as freezing. There's yet another process which is known as sublimation, children. Okay, sublimation is the process of conversion of a solid directly into its vapor state without entering into the liquid state on heating. Okay, so this process is known as sublimation. So these are some of the processes that take place during the interconversion of states of matter, and this is happening because of the energy changes, and the amount of energy which is required to bring about or to overcome this is depending upon the intermolecular forces of attraction. Greater the intermolecular forces of attraction, greater will be the energy required to bring about a change. Is that clear? Okay.